Good afternoon and welcome to the video check-in for today, Thursday, July 29th. We are reading Parshat Akev this week, and in the midst of this portion, there is one line that has had a profound impact on how it is that we pray and what it is that we pray, why we pray, as part of our Jewish tradition. The line is chapter 8, verse 10, and it says simply, "When you have eaten your fill, give thanks to the eternal your God for the good land which God has given to you." Now, that's a relatively straightforward verse of Torah, but it is from this very verse that we say the Birkat Hamazon, that blessing, or really a set of blessings that we say after meals. And the way that we pray before and after eating is actually reflective of another another kind of mode of Jewish prayer, and that is usually a simpler blessing before we do something. And when there's an after blessing, when there's a blessing of thanksgiving afterwards, it's usually more all-encompassing. And we can see actually that in this verse, it doesn't say, "When you have eaten your fill, give thanks to the eternal your God for the food." It says, "When you have eaten your fill, give thanks to the eternal your God for the good land which God has given you." So we begin before we eat with saying Emotzi, a very simple blessing. In fact, one of our simplest. It's a beautiful blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lecha min haaretz. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who brings forth bread from the earth. It's a lovely, simple, but complicated statement that we bring forth bread from the earth. It's almost miraculous. But there is that connection with food and the land. And then afterwards, as we are instructed to thank God for giving us that land, we have our Birkat Hamazon, which a traditional Birkat Hamazon is paragraphs long and takes some time to get through. And even in Reform circles, if you have attended one of our Shabbat dinners, if you go to a camp, whatever it may be, even the Reform abridged version of Birkat Hamazon is still paragraphs long, just not quite as long as the Orthodox version. However, there is in the Talmud an alternate Aramaic text, which you might say, instead of the full Birkat Hamazon, which still fulfills that commandment to give thanks after we have eaten. And the text is simply Brich Rachamana Malka de Alma Mare de Chai Pita. Now, that text has been set melodically in several different ways, and this one is one of the most well-known, but I thought I'd play it for you now. The text has been adapted, the English text has been adapted by Rabbi Shefa Gold, and the melody is attributed to Chazan Jack Kessler. So this brief replacement for Birkat Hamazon to fulfill that commandment for this week, to give thanks to the eternal our God. Brich Rachamana Malka de Alma Mare de Hai Pita. Brich Rachamana Malka de Alma Mare de Hai Pita. You are the source of life for all that is, and your blessing flows through me. You are the source of life for all that is, and your blessing flows through me. Brich Rachamana Malka de Alma Mare de Hai Pita. Brich Rachamana Malka de Alma Mare de Hai Pita. You are the source of life for all that is, and your blessing flows through me. You are the source of life for all that is, and your blessing flows through de alma, mare de hai pita. Rachamana, Malka de alma, mare